Like, the last 12 months have been mad for you, eh? So this time last year you were signing your first professional contract here at Ajax.
Yes.
Now you're making your debut playing Champions League football. You've chosen the international team. Can you sum up for me what the last 12 months have been like?
I think I had to have a lot of focus because it's hard to get in the first team, especially how it went last year in the Champions League. They performed so well. So yeah, I just had to keep focused, and I know I have the potential, and I know I can do it. But yeah, the focus was like the first priority, and yeah, I'm really proud because last year I signed my first contract, and yeah, I just went like 2 days ago. I went over a year, right? Yeah, and it's just amazing like how much you can achieve in just such a short amount of time, you know.
And Ajax are renowned for bringing through young players. It's the cornerstone of the club. We saw last season De Ligt, De Jong, Donny van der Beek, the other players. Did you expect to make that transition so quickly into the first team?
I didn't expect it like that quickly. I believed in myself, so that's like the reason I kept focused and I played really well. And this pre-camp, I got a chance to play with the first team, to train with them and to play games with them. And yeah, for me it was like, it's all or nothing. So I had to show myself to the coaches, and that's what I did.
Did you ever get nervous at all?
No.
No? Is that not you?
No.
It's interesting. So before games, before big Champions League games, before the big Eredivisie games, before international games, what's going through your head? How do you keep yourself focused?
I don't know. I think if you play those games, you have to be focused because otherwise you're not gonna play well. And yeah, I think I played a lot of good games, and I also made some faults, but that's just like something for me to learn from, you know. And you need to get a lot of experience, and like all the faults that I made in my career, that made me who I am, you know. So if I didn't make the faults, I was not here right now. And you have to make a lot of mistakes to succeed. So I think that's the reason why I'm not scared to do anything. Like I do anything what I want, because if I make the mistakes, I can learn from it. But if I'm scared to do it, I can never achieve something better. You know?
I remember talking to Matthijs de Ligt, and he was saying that when he made his Netherlands debut, it didn't go well for him, but he learnt from that, and then after that he took that experience and went forward with it. Are there any moments, games, which you remember as being big learning curves for you?
One against Heracles, I made a fault. I thought I came in really well, and yeah, I didn't make a goal because Klaas get it. But I played really well, I subbed in really well, but at the end, the last 2 minutes, I just made a unbelievable mistake, and that's something what I learned from it. And yeah, I think maybe against Willem II, that was a game, and I made a PK. I fouled the guy, but for me, I felt like it was the only option, and I was in like a high speed, so I couldn't stop anymore. So it was like all or nothing, but next time I will be smart in those kind of situations.
And at Ajax, they encourage you to make these decisions. A lot of what they do in the academy is encouraging you to look forward, playing forward, seeing the open space and going for it. So, I mean, that must be a huge part of the player that you're developing and developed into now, one who looks forward and looks for the breaks and angles.
Yeah, that's like Ajax also learn you to not be scared, you know. If you have to play forward, like if you play backwards, I think for the opponent it feels like you're a little bit scared if you play everything backwards. But if you play forward a lot and it works, then the opponent is gonna get a little bit back, you know, and then you got more space, and then you feel more confident in the game because they know you can play, you know. And if they feel you're a little bit scared, they smell blood and then they come after you. So.
What's last 12 months? I mean, how do you ensure that your feet stay on the ground and that you don't, you know, it's been so exciting for you, so much has happened, but how do you ensure that you don't get carried away with yourself?
I just focused I'm happy with what I got right now, and I don't know. I just focus. I keep focusing. I'm not like such a person who's talking to other guys, you know. For me, it's just like keep focusing on yourself and keep improving, and don't look at the others. So,
What was it like when Ajax first picked you up when you joined the academy?
Oh, that was in 2011, I guess. Yeah, I was in Almere City, and I played there, and then Ajax said to me, "You can come on trial," and I played there. And yeah, finally I played really well, and they said like next year you're gonna be in academy. So I was really happy. For me, it was like a dream, you know. And I'm thankful for all the coaches and all the things the club has done for me. And now it's my job to pay them back.
Were you an Ajax fan growing up with your team? That's pretty cool, eh?
Yes.
And then, I mean, you work with people like, you've got Michael Reisiger here, who was a great right back in his own right. What sort of things has he taught you?
He also helped me. Like, he was a really good defender also. And like, he and Weston, they helped me with my positioning and being short on the guys, defending wise. They said like, attacking wise, we don't have to help you a lot because you can attack really well. But defending wise, we can improve something, you know. And they helped me with that. It's getting better, but it's still not perfect. So I still have to improve in that. But I'm thankful for them.
What are you improving at the moment? What's your focus with them?
With them, like I'm not training with Winston Bogarde anymore. But Michael Reisiger is still in the team, and it's just the positioning, like being short on the guy, the right distance between the other defenders and the guy. And I think I improved my defending skills a lot because of them.
Do you think you'll end up staying as a right back, or do you think? I mean, there's talk in the USA they might want to play you at left back, for example, or I mean, do you want to go back to the wing where you started? Or
for me, it doesn't matter. You know, I just want to play, and if a coach needs me on another position, I'm ready for it. And like normally I play right back, but I also played against Canada a little bit right wing the last couple of minutes. But for me, it doesn't matter. You know, I just give the best I have, and we will see what's coming out of it.
What's I mean, you'd have worked with some great coaches here. Your parents as well would have played a huge part in your life. What's the best bit of advice that you've been given?
That's from a guy. I played street soccer a lot in my neighborhood, and one time someone said to me, "You never have to get stressed, because if you get stressed, you're gonna do weird things in soccer." And that's what I always think about. Sometimes if people are running behind me and they're trying to press me, I just think about that. Like that comes back in my mind, and it says like, don't have stress. Just control the ball first, and then you can see what you do. And that's why I make good decisions on the ball, you know.
Was that like Volta type street football, or was it just?
Yeah, it's not like an event, but it's just with like people in my neighborhood, you know.
Excellent. And what I mean, that must have helped your close control and that sort of thing as well.
It does. Like when I was younger, I played with a lot of guys who were older than me, and they learned me some tricks, and I saw some tricks from them, and then I looked closely at it, and then when they were gone, I was trying it, like practicing it in my own. And yeah, I had a neighborhood where everybody was outside all the time, so we played soccer all the time with everybody, so that was nice, and everybody could learn from each other.
Have anyone else from your neighbourhood joined Ajax as well? So
Not Ajax. One guy joined FC Utrecht, and other than that, they went like, no, they went different paths, and they didn't play professional soccer.
Back then, did you think you were going to make it? Did you think you were going to be a professional football player?
It was so funny because a lot of people, they're telling me like, yeah, because if you're playing at Ajax, yeah, there's only 2% chance you can make it to the first team and things like that. And I was always confident, like, okay, but I know what I can do, and I know I'm gonna be in the first team one day. and yeah, some people were laughing, you know. But for me, I just kept focusing, and that gave me an extra boost. And then I tried to practice every skill and do it with both feet. And now I'm here, and now everybody is gonna say like, yeah, you're good, bro. How are you? Now everybody wants to be my friend again, but I know we were there in the hard times, so I keep them safe with me.
So I mean, at Ajax they encourage people, players your age, to, how do I put it? Someone like De Ligt was captain of the team. De Jong was 19, 20. You're 19. You're playing first team. They encourage you to be more experienced than how old you are, if that makes sense. Sort of take on more experience. And
no, I don't think it's how old you are. I think how many games you played in the first team. Because like, let's say if I'm 16 and I play in the first team, and then after 2-3 years I have a lot of experience, you know. And then I'm still 19. But like I made my debut when I was 18. And yeah, I played like, I didn't even play 6 months for the team. I played like 4 months for them, for the first team. And I played a lot of games, so this built pretty much experience for me.
Fantastic. What was it like when the USA first got in contact with you? I think it was a former Ajax player who was phoning up and seeing who was available, and you were an option. They picked you up. You played age grade under 17. Was
yeah,
it?
under 17.
What was that like for you?
Yeah, the first time I went to, like, I was playing for the Netherlands, and every time before the last round, like the real interlands, I didn't make it, you know. And then I was like, shit. And then my dad told me like, you also have an American passport, and people were saying that to my dad, so he can also play for the American national team. And then the ball started rolling, people were talking about it, and the for the US national team, they called me once, and I played for the U17. The first game was in Bradenton, Florida, in the IMG Academy. And yeah, I liked it. They helped me pretty well. My English wasn't that good yet, but I trained with the team, and also like, yeah, I can do something for this team, you know. And they also love me as a person, and they like me as a football player. So yeah, the first game against Costa Rica it was, and I were my first 2 caps in the youth academy, and it went pretty well. The first game I felt like it didn't went well, but people were telling me, yeah, you did good, you know. But I was still mad because I was like, I didn't play well. They're never gonna call me again, you know. But they were satisfied with that, and after that I went to more camps, and then I felt a lot more confident, and then I was playing way better than before. So that built me also as a person, and that's why I'm so thankful for the US, that they helped me in the hard times, and they gave me a chance to play in the big tournaments like the World Cup under 17 and the U20 World Cup, and that's also a big improvement for me and a great experience, because you play in stadiums with a lot of standings and people who are watching. So I think that's maybe yeah, that gave me an experience to not be nervous when I start with the first team. So I was really a little bit ready for it, you know, already a little bit ready for it. And yeah, when I made my first cap with the first team, of course, you're a little bit nervous the first game, but after a couple minutes, I was like, okay, I can do it. And then I played it. So yeah, I'm really thankful for the US, and that's also a big reason why I choose the US.
Talk me through that decision, because there was so much outside noise about who you're going to pick, Netherlands or US. Did you know about that noise? Did you hear it? Were you trying to ignore it?
Of course I heard it, but you know, for me, like one interland period, I didn't go to both of them, and I just take a break for me. I took a break and just relaxed and was thinking about it, you know. And like, this is a decision you have to make for your lifetime. So for me, I felt like no rush, because if you make the wrong decision, you're gonna regret it. So that's why I kept calm and was thinking about both options, and advantage about both countries. I felt like my feelings were telling me like, yeah, my heart told me like the US was the best option for you. And it's not like that I don't like the Netherlands, you know. I'm raised over here, and I'm also thankful that I could play in the Ajax Academy and play in this county and play with all the players from the Netherlands right now. But yeah, in life you have to make decisions, and it's not easy, you know. Because if I had chosen the Netherlands, everybody from the US will be mad, you know. So I can't make the right decision for everybody. So I have to look at myself and like, what's the best for you? Are you not going to regret it? For me, I thought like US was the best option, so that's why I chose it.
So when you were deciding between the Netherlands and the US, what swung it in the balance, your decision in favour of the US?
I think it was just because of like I played for the US in the U teams, you know, and yeah, I felt home over there a little bit because in the national team, because they helped me all the time and they gave me chances. So that's the main thing, I guess, because you have to be thankful. Like normally, a lot of people only want you when it's going well, and they also help me when it didn't go well, you know, and that's why I'm thankful for it, because they also built me to this level right now, because they helped me in the hard times. And let's say they also gave me a chance in that period, then maybe I was never here, maybe I never reached this level, you know. So that's why I'm thankful for them, and they give me chances. So
you seem to be like a very loyal person. So when someone, like with the people who backed you when you were younger, people now keen to repay that.
Yeah, for me it's always you have to be loyal, you know. And like, let's say if it was like, it's not like the US is is bad or something, you know. Like let's say if it was another country like that didn't play World Cups and things like that, then it was different then. But now they both play World Cups and they both play on like a little bit the same level, you know. They play against the same countries and things like that. So that was like, yeah, for me, a decision, because they helped me, so I was loyal to them. And it's not like the difference is so big between them, you know. So.
Did you have were some of your teammates like Pulisic, McKennie, these guys, were they phoning you up when you were making a decision, or did they just leave you alone?
No, they left me alone. Yeah, like I didn't know McKennie that well before. Just met him one time, but Christian also. But I had Christian on Snapchat, but he left me alone. It's my own decision, you know. And otherwise, I don't care if they were talking to me like you have to choose. It was my own decision, so I will choose what I want, and that's just me.
Love that. And you must be really excited about this group of players. There's a lot of, like the teenagers like yourself, there's a lot of young, really, really promising players. Josh Sargent, yourself, McKennie, other guys as well. It seems like this is an amazing generation of players coming through.
Yeah, I think because a lot of players train in Europe, and Europe is where the football comes from, you know. The best competitions are over here, and yeah, I think that's the main reason. Because all the young players, I see things on Instagram that the young players are playing in Dortmund, other clubs, and that's where you improve a lot, you know. Then you play in a different style of soccer.
What did your parents say to you about the decision? Did they just back you, whatever?
No, they said, okay, if it's your choice, it's your choice, you know. It's your life, so you have to decide what you're doing. That's me, and I feel comfortable when I play with the US. Maybe I feel maybe a little bit more comfortable with the US than with Ajax. I don't know. It feels like, I don't know. It just feels different, you know. It feels like I'm less scared than now, and I'm not scared right now, but I'm less scared over there. I don't know why.
Bit more familiar, like home almost?
What do you mean?
Like that feeling of being comfortable, perhaps? I don't know.
No, comfortable on the ball. I mean, in soccer field. Like for me, it feels like I'm not scared to do anything, you know? Like maybe it can be one time that I do a crazy trick because I'm not scared, and I feel like I'm on the soccer field, you know, on the street soccer field. And here at Ajax, I also feel comfortable, but it's still like, you know, you're young, you're just in the team, and I don't know, you play with a lot of big players, and it's like if you make a mistake, it's different over here, you know. And over there, because they know you're a promising player, I don't know. It just feels different. I don't know what to say, because I don't say the guys here are bad, you know. They treat me well, but it just feels different. I feel more comfortable when I play with the national team.
What's the dream with the US?
The dream, for me personally, or for the US as a team? For me, I want to be. I don't know if I can still make it this year, but it will be nice if I can get the Youth Player of the Year award, and maybe in the future the Male Player of the Year award. And yeah, in the team I just want to reach as much as possible, you know, because we have to make the World Cup, the next one, and I want to write history, you know. I want to do something with the US, with a team that nobody's ever done that. So, yeah.
Do you all have that same belief, the same teammates? You want to achieve something that's never been done before with the US?
Do you think my teammates have the same?
Do you all talk about it? Is that something you are all aiming for?
Yeah, of course. And I know, look, we have pretty good players, and there are also coming more players, you know. There are more promising players in the youth. They're playing in the youth, but in 2-3 years they're also on the first team, you know. And that's a lot of players from Europe. So I think the team will be different. A lot of more technical skills than before, you know, because everybody's playing in Europe, and that's what we need. Because fight football is good, but always you have to do both.
So you've achieved all this in 1 year. Where would you like to be in 10 years' time? What's the dream?
10 years, I don't know. I just want to look from time to time, you know. I can set goals for myself, but I first want to achieve big things with Ajax, and then I will look further, you know. So Ajax and the US men's national team want to achieve big things and improve myself. And you will never know what the future brings, you know.
It's exciting, eh?
It is. It is. It's nice to see you. Like, nobody knows where I'm going to stand in 10 years. Maybe it's down, maybe it's up. You don't know it, but it's nice to follow the path, I guess.
I'll be following closely.
Yeah.
Come on. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.